how to connect a domain for your Squarespace website. So if you're looking to add a domain for your Squarespace website, this video is for you. Now, there are two domain sources that you can have for your Squarespace website. One is from Squarespace itself, like they also offer you a domain service in addition to the web builder that they have, or connect your domain that you buy from another provider. So let's start by going to settings. And then when you're in settings, go to domains and email. This is just under the website settings menu. Now go to domains. And when we're in the domains page, as you can see, there are two options here. You can get a domain from Squarespace. Let's see. Now, uh, well, if you select the get domain from Squarespace, as you can see, Squarespace has a few offers for you to choose from for your domain, and there are also discounted ones. I think it's a good price to start for your domain, but I feel like we can get domains for a much cheaper price in other website, and that's why you might want to connect your domain that you buy from another website. But in this case, if you decide to buy a domain from Squarespace, you will be able to also manage your domain directly from Squarespace, and it's a one-stop process. So you edit your website and also you manage your domain in Squarespace. Now, uh, when you buy another domain from another domain seller, you can opt to choose the use a domain I own over here to connect or transfer the management functionalities of that domain to Squarespace. And I'll show you. Okay, as you can see, I've already added my domain that I buy from another seller. I'm gonna disconnect it for now because uh, for the purpose of tutorial. Okay, so let's click use a domain I own. Okay, so next is go to your domain website and just type in the domain that you have. As you, for my case here, I have the asicars.online domain. Now as you can see, I'm using the domain seller of my home country. It is a local domain seller. This is to demonstrate that you can use any domain from any domain provider. So, uh, in addition to, like, of course, the popular domain providers like GoDaddy, Name.com, and the likes of them, you can also add a domain from other domain providers that are not listed. Okay, so after you put your domain, if it's available and if it is like not tied into any other Squarespace website, you will see these two menus. But if it is not available or it's been taken from by another Squarespace website, then you will see that it's not eligible. Otherwise, you have two options here. First is to transfer your domain, which is uh, to transfer your domain management to Squarespace so you can have a one-stop experience just like when you buy a domain from Squarespace. But as you can see, it is I just bought my domain, so it's not been registered for 60 days. So only have the option to connect my domain. So connecting my domain is to basically like still mask my Squarespace website domain with the domain I own, but I will have to manage it from where I bought it. In this case, which is this domain seller website. So I'm gonna click it. Okay, so um, next is to select your provider. Now, as you can see, my provider is other than the listed providers over here, but as you can see, there are a lot of providers that support Squarespace natively, like GoDaddy or Google Domains or Namecheap, etc. Right? Okay, so let's click connect domain and let's click continue. All right. Now, after we connected our domain to our Squarespace website, we need to sync them with the DNS settings. So this is a way for your domain to be matched, like the DNS address to be matched to your uh, Squarespace domain that you want to mask it. So now next step is to go to your domain provider. Now this step will be very similar across all of the domain seller or website interface. The first thing that you want to do is to click DNS management. It's always in the DNS management. And what we want to do is to just copy these datas into our DNS management in our domain seller website. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a new record over here. Now, mind you, this might be a little bit different for your domain seller website, but it is very similar in terms of process and what to load. Okay, so the first set of data, it has a CNAME type. So I'm gonna change the record type to CNAME, and the domain is this. So in my website case, it is the host. The host column here will be in my domain column in my DNS management in my domain seller, and the required data will be in the host name over here. All right, so I'm just going ahead and click add record. By the way, the TTL might be different for you, or you might not even be able to see the settings in your domain provider. But this will be different, I believe, for all of us. So let's just leave it be. Okay, so let's click add record. All right, so it's successful, but it asked me 15 minutes for it to take effect. Now, it's not real time, so we will not be able to see an instant response, but uh, it will be quick enough, I believe. It's less than 2 minutes last time I checked. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do the same for the rest. Okay, so the second record is www, and the type is CNAME. Also, the host name is over here, required data. Let's add it. Okay, now just the last four. Okay, so if it's at, then if your domain seller has like this domain menu over here, just leave it empty for the last four datas over here. So let's continue to the remaining four A type data. Let's go ahead and copy the host name, and I'll add it to the my website seller, and I'll paste it. Okay, so I was having this problem that it cannot read a valid IPv4. Now the problem may just be that it has a space for you. So make sure when you paste the IP in your domain seller, it doesn't have any space in the IP section. Okay, so that's one. And by the way, if you only able to put in a one type A um, data for your domain seller, that's okay. Just put in the top one over here, the first one. However, if you're able to sync all, and if your domain seller allows it, then then continue adding the rest. So I'm gonna add the rest real quick over here. All right, and let's see. Wait, it's haven't added. See, there's a space over there. Now, if there's a space, it won't work. So just eliminate the space and eliminate the space. Add record, and it should be good to go. Let's add the rest. And this is the last one. Should work now. Okay. Now, once you've added all of these data, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data. There are also 6 datas in the DNS settings in Squarespace. You should be good to go. Now, I'm gonna wait until all of my current data is shown and it's changed. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, now it's just been a few seconds of waiting, and my first two CNAME type data is found and synced. And if the message shows record found over here, that is the way that to tell that everything goes smoothly. Okay, so let's wait for the remaining data to be synced. All right, it's been about 16 minutes. As you can see, all of my data is now synced and found in Squarespace. And if all of these data are showing the record found message, then you know that your website is good to go.